No firewood today. There's a whole bunch of water. While you're at it, give me a big thumbs up. On YouTube, back at it again in Niagara Falls. I'm a couple weeks earlier in the year, and it seems actually just as cold as when I was here last time, which was late October. Today's date is October 7th, and lots of gray skies, lots of cold weather. It's supposed to go down to just above freezing tonight. But as I'm walking down here, I actually was smelling firewood, and that's the pizza joint right there. And it smelled like some sugar maple was burning. So who knows, maybe I'll get a pizza for lunch tomorrow. There's the big tower where you can go up and have a nice view. We're walking towards the American Falls right now. So there's the Peace Bridge to cross into the United States. The Maid of the Mist is out on the water. Yeah, it's not too busy around here today. It'll be better tomorrow. Tomorrow's going to be warmer. It's going to be 14 Celsius. So it's supposed to be a bit nicer. And there's the zip line. We got some guys on deck waiting for people to come down. Here comes somebody right now. I wonder why there's so many seagulls down here. Before we go up to the edge of the Horseshoe Falls, let's stop and see what I wanted to see last time, but I forgot. I had ran into it, but I forgot that it was here, and I never did the footage. Up there is the lights that they shine onto the falls, and you can actually start seeing it now. So here he is, the Serbian national, Nikola Tesla. And here's an example of the generators that he made. And he basically found out about alternating current, and he found out that if you have these lines of copper wound up 120 degrees apart, that you would have an entire coil and it could generate alternating current. And these guys were here filming a documentary about electric vehicles and stuff, and kind of carrying on the legacy and informing people of the history of this guy. But he basically created the generating station, or the ideas behind it, to harvest electricity from the falls. And he basically changed everything about our electrical technology by inventing the generator and the motor. So everything that we have that spins, everything that turns, everything that's powered by electricity and has movement, he basically found out how to use the alternating current to do so. The turbines in Niagara Falls were installed in 1895, and he invented hundreds of other things, but unfortunately his work was suppressed. A lot of his things were confiscated, and he ended up dying without having anything and having any recognition. This was the man who showed how you can send 50,000 volts of electricity through a person's body and they won't get electrocuted. This is the man who said he could take electricity and he could split the world in half with it. So this guy is a progeny. This guy is a superstar. This guy is one of the greatest inventors of all time, and he's someone who just understood something inside out, just as you know some people do. They know every parameter, they understand every aspect of it. It's just built in their brain. So let's give tribute to Nikola Tesla, because he advanced us so far into the future with technology. All right, let's hit the falls, guys, before it gets too dark. You guys imagine the noise coming off of this thing? I mean, that water is just hitting the ground like cement. I can't remember what the flow rate is per hour, but obviously it's an insane amount of water. It's 4 of the Great Lakes that feed into Niagara Falls. So you have the water of Lake Michigan and Lake Superior, and that filters down into Lake Huron. It goes through Detroit River, and then it flows through Lake Erie, and then it empties out here, not too far from Buffalo, into Lake Ontario. I'm gonna Google this place later. It's called the Welcome Center. Maybe we could just go upstairs and check out the view. Guessing maybe there's an eatery or something inside, or a little tourist center. Well, the wind's blowing in the proper direction because it's actually pretty dry on the ground here. There's a couple puddles here, but usually it's really wet over this side. You come down here some days and it's literally raining on you from all the vapor coming up off of the river. A bit of a shopping center down here. Control room, August 1st, 1913. Wow. So here they are installing like the icebreakers or whatever, and these guys are pumping the air to the divers so that they can go under and install the parts on the bottom of the river. And they're right by the falls. That's the falls right there. There they are installing all the big blocks around the arches on the building. It says here they use a steam-powered device to power the lights. This is 140 feet below street level. It'd be nice to take a tour of all this stuff underground, you know? This is another one of the tailrace tunnels and one of the areas where the water spills back out into the river. We got all types of cribbing here because of all the rock debris trying to block it off from falling in that area. Here's all the stones that they got for the construction of the building. And there's a horse pulling one on the carriage. Okay, and after coming out of the building, it's actually a little bit moist on the ground here, so we got some of that water coming down on it. Look at this, guys. I just went out for dinner and came back. This big accident right in front of my hotel. I don't see the damage to the other car. I guess that's the other car up there. All right, good morning. Today's day 2. So I'm just leaving the hotel room here, and unfortunately the weather's not cooperating. I mean, it's sunny, but it's quite cold, and I think I mixed up a couple of days with the weather, and today's not the nice day. Tomorrow's gonna be nicer. But the big problem too is it's really windy, so that's just adding to the cool air. I was thinking about buying the drone, but no point in buying the drone when the wind speed is way up. This is going to be a lot of problems, and I'd rather do a bit of a learning curve if I get a new drone, you know what I mean? So that's going to limit me, and I can't go on the cable car because they're probably going to shut it down for the day. And that's what they do. That's what happened last time I wanted to go. Some good news, I got my stickers with me today, and someone said, yeah, make sure you have your stickers with you at all times. So last time I was here for my birthday in June, there was a kid who actually recognized my channel. He had seen the channel on YouTube, and I said, I'll get you a sticker, but I turned around and looked behind me, and then the truck was too far, so I didn't want to walk all that way. I was with a friend too, so I didn't bother getting him a sticker, but now I have my stickers with me. Well, I'm not around today. I'm out of town, right?
Okay, no worries.
Yeah. So just touch base with me tomorrow around lunchtime.
Around lunchtime? Sure. I'll give you a call.
Okay, man, thanks.
Alright, thanks.
All right. Well, it's funny how things work. You know, I'm complaining about not being able to sell my softwood, and I'm away on the long weekends, and that's when people tend to call, right? And I wasn't necessarily planning to be here on a long weekend for Thanksgiving, but that's how I planned it out. I should have left it for next week, but oh well, it is what it is. Okay, obviously we're right across from the United States, but we got people from as far as Florida over here. Are we surprised at this site? Should we be surprised? Absolutely not. What do you see coming at us, guys? What do you see coming at us? That's right. That's right. Come on, guys, give them a big thumbs up. While you're at it, give me a big thumbs up. The whole mist cloud is like kind of spread out or dispersed And you can see right into the center back there. Usually it's this plume that just goes up in the middle. Look, we got a rainbow right here. Ticket to go to the tunnel. It's a new entrance to go up to the falls at the water level, and we're going to be between both sets of falls. All right, here we are at the entrance. Hello, how are you? Good, thanks. There you go.
Perfect.
All right.
Go right on
Okay,
in.
thank you. Wow. It has a smell to it in here. It feels humid. And it smells old.
When you're in sync. A really skilled operator would get the needle moving really slowly towards 12 o'clock. And then just before it was pointing straight up, throw the switch to move the power to the grid. Got it? Good. So here is your final test. On your screens, you have a synchronoscope and a breaker switch. I want you to watch that needle carefully. And when it's telling you that everything is in sync, throw the breaker switch and move the power onto the main grid. Wait for it. Not too quick. Careful. There it is. Well done. We safely added more power to the grid.
All right, and I just used the all-gender washroom. How about that, huh? So here's a good animation of how this thing works. There you have the generator up at the top. And then you have all these levels here that they put in to help keep the shaft spinning straight. So these are like braces, and they have like bearings in between.
I do. Yes, because I mean, okay, it starts here, but what's okay. I mean, I would know that makes sense. Yeah. It's got a let's get friends.
Look at the view, guys. We're so close here. This tunnel came from way back behind there, like 2,200 feet, I think it is. Yeah, you could see the seagulls feeding. They keep dropping in and grabbing stuff and getting up and flying away. I'm gonna ask what they're feeding on.
We have 11 turbines, 11 generators. Got water from all 11 turbines. We're going to a wheel pit. From the wheel pit, we'll go to the tunnel or the tailrace. All of that water will go into the lower Niagara River. That water did come in from the upper river into a forebay. From the forebay, it went into a penstock. From the penstock, it went down 136 feet to a turbine. Turbine returned, turned the shaft, and the generator turned on the main floor 136 feet up, producing electricity.
So tell me about Nikola Tesla.
Oh, I can't think about that. Not there yet. You got to realize something there. You came to this country, I think, with 3 or 4 cents in his pocket.
Yeah.
Just imagine.
Yeah.
And a letter of reference.
Yeah.
Died penniless. You know.
Penniless.
Poor. You know, didn't have nothing.
Oh yeah.
Look what he gave to the world.
Yeah.
And what he predicted was that we'd walk around with cell phones.
Yeah.
Imagine that.
That's right. Yeah. He basically created Wi-Fi, right? Or not created it, but he figured it out.
Yeah.
Right?
And he wanted to give everybody free electricity. And there's investors just didn't want to do that. They wanted to make money. They
wanted the money from the oil, the Standard Oil Company.
There you go, you know. So that was it.
Yeah.
It's just amazing.
Yeah.
117 years ago. 4 years to complete everything.
So this advanced us a lot with all the power, but imagine if we really had the full potential power like Tesla found out, right?
The unreal.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I guess when he died, he had a lot of prints or whatever documents in his room, and they all seemed to disappear. Yeah, and he was never married, didn't have any children. He had his quirks, you know, the number 3. He had to walk around the building 3 times before he went into it.
Oh yeah, okay.
And he always liked to stay on the floor what had the number 3.
Oh yeah. Interesting.
Yeah. Interesting man.
Okay, Bob. Well, it was nice talking to you.
Pleasure.
Anthony.
Yeah, Anthony.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I'm going to go on your website.
Okay.
Check it out.
Yeah, check out the videos. Lots of fun stuff.
Yeah. How long do you come down here? How often do you come?
I come once a year.
Okay.
I come in the fall, but I'm a little too early. Look, we got a rainbow going on here. Right
I know. Oh God, yeah. And you know, sometimes we get 3 of them.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Generally,
I saw 2 earlier. Yeah.
That's what you get.
Yeah. Wow.
Just amazing. Anthony, right?
Yeah.
I got that.
Okay.
It's a pleasure.
All right. Thank you. Take care. Okay. All right.
Good one.
All right. Let's head it back, guys. Wow. When you step in there, the feeling of that place, and you look at the magnitude of that work, and they built this place in 4 years. This is just insane, guys. It's just, there's so much to it. You know, it's not until you get into the guts of everything that you see what's going on around here that you understand, you know, how much work is being done here with providing power to so many. And you have a number of generating stations both on this side of the border and the other side. So, you know, this is just the old one that's shut down, right? There's so many that are in existence, and I guess basically the first one they just made into a museum. Well, that was very interesting. Let's see what's under this. Wow. It's a beach, and it's carved all up, so there's no more flat bark on it. Look at this overgrown sumac. I've never seen any that thick. Usually they're like poles you could wrap your thumb and your finger around. Time to get a funnel cake. A little bit of indulgence for me. Give myself a little treat. It was a little bit warm earlier after I came out of the tunnel, but now the sun's kind of going down. So I just parked at the Denny's so I can walk over here and get a funnel cake. These are what I call the slow carts. Diabetes on a plate. Thank you very much. All right. All right, guys, I'm going to indulge in this and we'll see you later. All right, what's going on, guys? I'm back today. The weather's a lot nicer. We're going to go check out the action. We got the sun high in the sky. And I think I just missed the Lancaster, the heavy bomber from World War II. I heard it. It's going low RPM. You could tell it was a propeller plane, and I wasn't confusing it with the helicopters that buzz around here and do tours. So it's just after 10 o'clock. Usually they do their flights at like 10 o'clock and 1:30. So maybe when I'm down by the Whirlpool later, I'll see it come around there. The guide at the tailrace tunnel down there, I said, what's with all the birds and what are they feeding on? And he said they're feeding on fish. 10% of the fish die when they go over the falls. Most of them live, and they said quite a lot go through. You know, some people who are from around here, they're used to going here. They say that, you know, Niagara Falls, like whatever, right? There's nothing special to it, but there really is something about it when you come down here, you know? I'm gonna head down to the Aerocar later by the Whirlpool, and we're gonna get some nice footage over the Whirlpool, and then after that I'm gonna take off from there. Guys, I can't believe it. I ran into a wild honey locust tree. Not the ones that we get in the city that are hybrids and they don't grow these thorns, but this is a first for me, guys. Wow. Look how big these spikes are. Ooh, that's sharp. We got a nice live one here. Look at the size of these thorns, man, and just clusters of them. Holy. Yeah, I didn't know we had them here. I mean, this is south of me, right? But they don't really grow that far north. But yeah, very interesting. There's another one behind it too. I'm just here looking at the rapids. And this is feeding into the Whirlpool. I'm stopping there next. Look at that rushing water, guys. And like I said before, they had people kayaking in this. All right, here we are at the Whirlpool Rapids. You can see the purple jet boat just down there. I have some drone footage from last year in my other video when I came here, and I went up over the falls as well.
So good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to the Whirlpool Aerocar. My name is Ben, and I'll be your guide for today. Now, once we get to the other side where that little tunnel is over there, we will be switching sides, so don't worry about missing any of the views. So looking over to my right, you'll see the Niagara Rapids. The water's coming down into the Whirlpool at about 35 to 40 kilometers an hour. It is rated a Class 6 rapids and is the most dangerous rapids in all of North America. Now, you're not allowed to whitewater raft, jet ski, motorboat, anything like that in these waters, just because of how dangerous it would be. The only exception to this rule is the Whirlpool jet boat tour is located in Niagara Falls. And now I don't see any other boats right now, but if you do see a colorful one go up and down the stream or around the Whirlpool a bit, that's what I'm talking about, and I'll point one out if I see it myself. On top of the cliff here, you may see a couple hikers behind the great fencing, and they greet the Whirlpool State Park located in Niagara Falls, New York. And staying on the American side, but down the stream and around the bend there, you'll see that concrete wall in the distance. That'd be the Robert Moses Generating Station in Canada City. Topic, the Whirlpool Aerocar is suspended by 2 Canadian points. However, we do cross the Canadian-American border a total of 4 times on this trip. 2 times on the way here, and 2 more times on the way back. Basically, the border goes right down the middle of the river, it goes into the middle of the Whirlpool, and back down the middle of the river going down the stream. So as I'm speaking right now, we're all in America, going back to Canada. I hope everybody brought their passports or you're in for a nice swim. That's how you laugh at that joke, but there was one lady, probably about 2, maybe 3 weeks ago now, who took me a bit too seriously. She actually pulled out her passport from her pocket and accidentally dropped it in the river.
Oh!
Very unfortunate, especially since she had to go back to Europe the next day. So we're not too sure what really happened to her. Maybe she's still chilling in Niagara Falls, I don't know. Alrighty, so we're nearing the end of the first half of our trip, so we will be switching sides. If I can have everybody listen up, this is how we are going to do it. Get everybody keep moving down for me, please. Yeah, I believe we just need a few more people to get to the other side, then I believe we're done.
All right, guys, well, that wraps it up. That was a fun trip. Nice view over the falls. I'm not sure if I recorded that part where, I think I did, where the guy was talking about how the lady pulled out her passport because he said they're crossing the border and her passport dropped in the water. Oh man, what a nightmare. Anyways, thanks for watching, guys. Like, subscribe, share, comment, and all that good stuff.
I don't like these little games. Now just sit back and watch as I set the world ablaze.